to get a hold of your anger, to let it get worse and worse. But you always gotta remember not to let it get worse. And a lot of times anger, it can be hard to control, or stress or anxiety. But you always gotta remember to keep yourself, just keep yourself in control. Try to take control of the situation. If you can't, just walk away. Walk away from the situation. So that way, it doesn't make yourself more stressed out or anything. That's a lot easy. It's a lot easy to make the situation worse than it already is. Another good way, some examples that we got here, is using, let's say, stress balls. You squeeze it. It helps to release that pressure. Like this one has a positive message that says, "You can do it." It probably looks backwards on the screen, but or this one says, "Don't give up." This one. And it says, "Most importantly, take a deep breath," which is absolutely essential and important. Because you want to make sure you take a nice deep breath. Try to assess the situation. Relax. Think about what you need to say, and not just move to some quick decisions, because that's what could make it worse too. And you never want to do that either. And of course, there's this guy. It's an Easter bunny one. Got from local Walmart. Just you could squeeze it. It's meant for kids, but you could squeeze it as a good stress ball. It's got little fuzzy things on here. It makes good ASMR sounds too. Good. Got funny little floppy ears too. Kind of looks like a tiny little doll brushes or something. Like you brush this the crazy thing. And we got this goofy looking one too, the bunny with the blue, the blue song. Well, for those who remember from 1990, that's the blue song from Eiffel 65 from 1998. Yeah. We got the blue bunny. You just squeeze that one. You just squeeze it. Probably a Walmart Easter collection, but it makes good ASMR sounds too. We got two of these ones that are good for stress too. You just squeeze them. And we got a little Easter one. And for all the women out there, you got this funny looking pink one. Doesn't really make any noise or any good ASMR noises, but they're good for squeezing. Kind of makes a little bit of a noise, but back to the point though. You never want to let the anger get too much. It's kind of like my mother would say that when you continue to let the stress bother you and continue to let people bother you, let it get to you and anger you even more and more. In some sense, you're putting yourself into a prison of your own mind, which is kind of true when you think about it. Because when you think about it, you're allowing this stuff, whatever it is, whether it's a person, something happened, or just crazy people driving on the road, or whatever it is that's causing stress. It's going to make it worse. The more you think about it, the more you let it bother you, the worse it'll get. When it comes to jobs, sometimes you have to deal with stress in the workplace. And unfortunately, they're not going to magically just, eliminate or, fire or let go this particular person that's bothering you. Now, of course, if you're the supervisor or manager, you could, but assuming for a situation that's not who you are, per se, then there's not much right to do, but just try to get through and cope with it as best you can. And of course, there's the other situation, if it's available to you, which is gotta quit. Ask family members, ask friends, colleagues, if you can trust that they won't, obviously, so they won't tell somebody that, you're thinking about quitting, and you may have to, do look who's hiring and stuff. You know, you got all these different websites on the internet that they have. See who's hiring, you know, and see if there's a job that is better for you. If a job stresses you out, that if a job is that bad, that it's causing you tons and tons and tons of stress, no matter, and it's just non-stop, then sometimes you might have to make a tough decision like that. Now, if you can help it, you should try not to quit, because that's always hard to do, and it's not always the best idea, you know, but it's, you know, it's an option, but it's not one of the best options. But sometimes it's one of those things where you might not have much of a choice but to do that. You know, you sit around with hiring, you know, work on your resume, work on your interview skills. You can even have, you know, family members like, you know, or friends have pretend to be an interview person, you know, that do role play, which can help you to, you know, work on your interview skills and stuff, you know. And that'll really help. Like I said, you know, the stress balls and stuff, or, you know, like these kind of stress balls, like this one particularly, you know, helps take a deep breath, obviously, but this is most important with the job part, don't give up. If you give up, you're giving into the anger and putting yourself, you know, to a worse scenario in the prison of your own mind. You know, you don't want to do that, you know. You don't want the stress to get to you to that point where you stress the heck out of yourself to the point where it's causing you that much issues, that much stress. You know, it could seem at the time, it could seem like it's something that might work, but in reality it doesn't. It can sometimes make the situation a little bit worse. So we covered, you know, take a deep breath, don't give up. Obviously take a deep breath, obviously, because stress in general causes high blood pressure. It can cause you any different heart disease. Obviously, like, you got, like, it'll cause your blood pressure to rise. Stress actually can damage parts of your body. Like, I believe it's, you know, like, stress can cause, you know, your brain, well, obviously your mind, because that's where it affects it. But I think it's like the stomach or the liver, something like that. I had to look at a big image, something like that damages in the body, it weakens it. You know, whatever reason not to, because the health problems that can, the physical health problems that can come with that, and also, you know, mental health or brain health problems that could help too, because then it can make your mind, you know, be different or the way you don't want it to be, you know, and you really don't want to go through that. So you don't want that to transpire into that. And then also there's obviously the most important one of all, the Red Bull. You can do it. You know, and I believe that you can do it. You just gotta put yourself out there, you know, like, you know, anything you do, you know, you gotta know that you can do it. Because as soon as you give up, then there's no hope, you know. Because if you don't have hope, then what do you got? You won't have anything. As long as you keep hope that you can do it, hope that you can do it, hope that you can help yourself get through it, hope that you can cope with it and fix the situation. And if it comes to those who might have like anger problems or just, you know, have anger a lot, you know, however you want, preferred way of putting it, you know, you can do it, you know. You just gotta get up and say, you know, say, all right, I can do this. It's gonna be hard, and it might be a bad habit that I have or something like that, and it's something that you say to yourself you need to work on, and you can do it. You just gotta keep telling yourself every day. Again, like the Paul says, you can do it. Mm-hmm. And these particular ones that I got here, let me see this one. If you check, I send pictures on my social media. You can get these on Amazon for only like $10. So it'll be a good stress balls, but it's also a good reminder for the messages, like I just explained and broke down each message. Obviously being, don't give up. Take a deep breath. And obviously most important, like I said, you can do it. And then of course you got these ones. And these ones. And the green guy. You can get those at Walmart. They're like a dog. Somewhere, like these ones are fairly cheap. I think they're like 99 cents or something like that. And with it being Easter too, you know, and they're for kids stuff, you know, but they're good for stress balls and all that stuff. Even for kids, they'd be good stress balls, you know. They're small, they're safe, they're not too dangerous, they're pretty good. I mean, you always want to make sure, especially since these have these gooey stuff inside, you always want to make sure that you have, like, you know, make sure there's a adult or somebody around to make sure so that they pop it. They don't eat that stuff because it's really toxic stuff that's in it. You know, the squishy stuff is not good for your digestive system. But even with the green one or the funny blue one, you know, it's not even no chemicals. There's no thing, as you can see. There's nothing in it. Make a good sound real quick. But back to business. But yeah, you know, that's just 3 things. But I mean, besides that, as long as you don't want to give it to a kid really young, or else they'll be eating this stuff and they're gonna get sick. You know, but I mean, when it comes to kids that are past that age where they don't want to chew and bite and everything, you know, they're pretty safe. You know, there's no chemicals. It's just air in there, and that's it. And that's it. You know, so they just gotta make sure they don't like take something sharp and go right into it and pop it. But for the most part, you know, it makes funny noises. These, you know, goofy little things. So it would work pretty good for that kind of stuff. That's pretty much it for this stress/anger management of a video. So hopefully you'll like it. If you guys like it, I could try to see if I could like make like the same video, but you know, a little bit longer, if you will. You know, but that's pretty much, you know, for this video.